Yes, I'm back. And right now I'm talking about the 13th. It's a new documentary that hit Netflix. And it's basically talking about how United States abolished chattel slavery, but then reintroduced it into the prison industrial complex. And I got a little special guest with me. Say what up to the camera, Meatball. My aunt's dog right here. Comes over my crib sometimes, hangs out with me. Little lazy dog. But yeah, it's basically talking about how when they freed the slaves, quote unquote, out of chattel slavery, and then they had to come up with a way on how can I still gain power economically, and how can I gain this power off of the free labor of these Negroes' backs. And they thought of a good plan. Okay, let's create a prison industrial system. Let's make laws that everyone has to abide by. But if, hey, black people, if you get caught breaking the law, you're going to be charged double. And we're also going to charge you with petty crimes. Like when chattel slavery and everything was a crime. Loitering, that was a crime. Being homeless if you was black, that was a crime. They just created all these petty crimes to lock up black people and make them slaves again, and Latinos and Hispanics into this prison industrial complex. And it was talking about fast forward to the Nixon era and how he uh, was perpetuating the Lee Atwater Southern strategy. Remember, I broke that down like last week. If y'all go look at that video, and how he was using code words like law and order. You see, Trump's using that now. We're going to crack down on criminals, on the crack cocaine dealers, which are just code words for black people. And then after Nixon, Reagan came. Okay, we're going to have a war on drugs, which was a war on black people, because I stated this, and the film states this, that one of his government officials admitted that the war on drugs was a war on black people to try to exterminate the black race by funneling them into the prison complex plantation system, and by getting them hooked on crack cocaine and shooting each other with the guns and drugs that we funnel into their communities. And then after that, Bill Clinton came with his 94 crime bill, 3 strikes and you're out. You get more time over over crack, to oppose to the powder cocaine. And it states in the film that he later, I think it was either this year, last year, apologized and said, "Oh, that was a bad idea. We were wrong with these new policies we put in. That's just a crock of bullshit. Another con game." They weren't sorry, because if they were, they would never introduce the idea and sign the crime bill. It wasn't a mistake. They got what they wanted. Millions of black people into a social racial caste system and legally segregated out of everyday society. Because that's the new word for another new word for niggas is criminal, felon. Because once you're a felon, which is most unfortunately most of young melanoid men in America, you can't vote. You can't get housing. You can't get student loans. You can't get food stamps. You can't get none of that. because you're a quote unquote felon. Yeah, this is a good film, people. Y'all need to check this film out. It's breaking it down. I broke down a lot of this, what they had in the film, because I don't know if she's either a co-producer or the producer of the film, but the beautiful and intelligent Michelle Alexander, who wrote that new Jim Crow book that I broke down a couple months ago, she's one of the number one characters in this film. And you guys should really check it out, man. It's very informational. It tells you how this country works, how it panders to white society, and how it continues to subjugate and keep melanoid people under the thumb of white supremacy. Yeah, it's a very good film. And since we're talking about films, let's get on that Birth of a Nation real quick. Because the white supremacists, we noticed that they never try so hard to sabotage a film so badly other than the Birth of a Nation. Because my thing is, I'm thinking they sabotaged it because number one, a lot of melanoid people were starting to wake up and be more conscious. Number two, the film didn't have a white daddy savior like The Free State of Jones, 12 Years a Slave, The Help, Django. All those movies had white saviors. I heard they actually tried to talk Nate Parker into putting a white savior in the movie, and he was like, "Hell no, nah, motherfucker! I'm making this movie how I want to make it." See, that's the problem. There was no white daddy Jesus savior to help free the slaves and just follow white daddy and I'll take you to the promised land. It was none of that bullshit. And the people who are protesting Birth of a Nation, you're so against the film because he's a quote unquote rapist, Nate Parker, even though he was acquitted. Did y'all ever protest any of Woody Allen's films? Because he's a known admitted sexual deviant. He adopted that young girl just to have sexual relations with her. You didn't protest Seven Heaven, that petter ass fuck boy who was skeeting and all the little boys. You didn't protest none of that, but you want to come protest Birth of a Nation. And I told y'all to watch out for them giving you the wrong tickets. Because I told y'all that's an old white supremacist trick. People was complaining. Hey, you can look this up. Lil Duval, he came out and said, yo, they gave me the wrong ticket. He ain't the only one. Because they're trying to say, well, Birth of a Nation only grossed $7 million the first week. That's a crock of bullshit. They're trying to say the movie flopped. Come on. He's released this movie in over 2,000 theaters across the United States. And y'all talking about he only grossed $7 million in the first couple of days. Come on now. Tariq, who put out Hidden Colors, he only got to put that in like 30 theaters in the whole United States. He grossed close to $500,000 the first day or two off a documentary. So I know Nate Parker got way more than that the first couple of days. They just want to... I told y'all, it's another way to shit on black films. But no one's talking about Gods of Egypt, how that lost over $100 million. That crock of bullshit flopped. Tarzan flopped. A lot of the Marvel films flopped. The original Willy Wonka that came out in, I think, 84. That flopped. We see y'all don't talk about when your white films flop, but y'all quick to talk about when a black film flops or when y'all try to put a false narrative out and try to claim it flopped. See, it's a game, man. They don't like melanoid progress. Every time there's melanoid progress, the white supremacists go on alert and they sabotage it. But I digress on that. I heard the film did really well. I will see it one day. I just won't be seeing it right now. But I definitely suggest you guys to check out a new documentary on Netflix called The 13. Just thought I'd give y'all a game on that. Let me know what y'all think. Get in the comments, like, subscribe, share the video.